Hi guys, I'm Vanessa Musi from vanessamusi.com, and today we're making almond flour and almond butter and almond milk. I get this question asked probably every day on my Instagram, and I thought it was a very simple recipe, but I realized that's a basic ingredient. It's a core ingredient of our paleo and keto recipes, and I use it all the time. And honestly, we want to save time, money, energy, and get clean ingredients. So today I'm using my Thermomix, and this is a food processor I love. I've been using it for 13 years. And we're going to start making 3 recipes in one. So first we're going to make almond flour. We're going to turn that into almond butter, and then we're going to make almond milk. So a great recipe, and you can do that with cashew flour as well. So if you're allergic to almonds or sensitive to eating almonds, you can just use the same recipe for cashews. So here we go. We're going to start using around 2 cups of almonds, whole almonds, if you can buy organic preferably. And we're going to crush them in our Thermomix. Do not use more than that, because if you're going to use more, it's going to have too much friction in the bowl, and it's going to start to heat up, and it's not. Then the almonds will get a little bit. They were seized, and they were not going to blend well. So 2 cups of almonds maximum. That's around 400 grams. So we put this in the machine over here. Make sure it's really clean. If your almonds are frozen, make sure you bring them to room temperature. So put that in here. So we're making almond flour first. So full speed, you guys, and then all the way we're gonna turbo these almonds into almond flour. Turn it off, check it. And we're gonna see how ground the almonds are. You can do a little bit more. You can leave it as almond meal. So almond meal is a thicker almond flour. So I still have like almond meal right now. I'm gonna do one more blast, just making sure that the almonds do not release any fat. Same goes with cashews or hazelnuts or whatever you're making. Okay, now the almond flour is perfect. It's super fine. And this is the quality of almond flour that you will find when you buy them in the store. And this has got a skin on. So this is skin on, so it's not blanched. This is skin on almond flour, but it works perfectly fine. If you don't want to have the skins on, you'd have to peel the almonds, dry them really well, or just use as is, or you can even grind slivered almonds. That's another way of using that. So keep this aside. I'm going to keep some. If you want to make almond, use it as almond flour, and if not, we're going to turn some of it into almond butter. So same thing with cashews. I'm just going to keep this aside so you can observe how that looks, and we're going to do a close-up later. Keep that, and that will keep around 2 months in your pantry, or you can refrigerate it as long as it's well sealed and it doesn't absorb flavors of your fridge. So now we're going to turn this into almond butter. And almond butter, honestly, if you make it this way, you're going to save a lot of money, and you're going to make it, and it tastes much better than store-bought almond butter, honestly. We go through a lot of these ingredients at home and in my baking because it's a core ingredient and it substitutes coconut oil. So it's a great staple to have, staple ingredient. So we're just going to blend this with some salt, and that's it. Now the trick is to mix at low speed, because if we do this at high speed, and this is where I get a lot of questions, low speed here so that the fat is released slowly. It takes some time. Just be patient, because if you do it at high speed, at high friction, it'll heat up the machine, and then is where the almonds will seize up. A lot of you have asked me that, and a lot of questions. I get a lot of questions on Instagram. And any machine, any food processor you're using, slow speed, okay? So we're going to go around. We're going to add some Maldon salt or any sea salt you like, just a little bit. Now, if you're going to turn this almond butter into almond milk, and you know you're going to do that firsthand, I would suggest you'll eliminate the salt. You could add some vanilla bean, you could add some dates and sweeten up your almond butter to make almond milk. I personally don't, so I just add a generous pinch of salt. You can also make this into a mixed seed butter, so you can mix almonds, cashews, peanuts if you like peanuts, macadamia nuts, Brazil nuts, and add some seeds. So flax seeds go really well, and hemp seeds as well. And just keep mixing and mixing until the fat is released. So we're not adding any additional oils. Okay guys, this takes a while. This is a slow process, and you want the almonds to release their fat slowly and smoothly. Some people like a chunky almond butter. Some people like it smooth. If you're going to bake with it, you want a smooth, kind of oily almond butter. If you're making cashews, make sure if you're using raw cashews, you will need to add a little bit of avocado oil or MCT coconut oil. Just 1 tablespoon does the trick. So it's nice and smooth and oily, and it keeps fresh and basically for texture. So now we're going to look at it, and it's nice and smooth. So chunky or smooth, whatever you want. It will release more fat as it sits. So we'll take it out, and we're going to put it in a bowl. I suggest to put it in a mason jar and keep it in the pantry. But just for this purpose, for visual purposes, I'm going to show you a little bit here, and I'm going to turn the rest into almond milk. So this is a great tip. I'm going to put this in here, and again, you can sweeten with dates, you can add vanilla bean, you can add espresso powder, whatever you want. So it's just a nice, you can also add raw cacao. So here is the butter, almond butter or cashew butter over here. It's perfectly fine. Keep it in a mason jar or any glass jar, preferably. You can refrigerate it. You can keep it in the pantry as long as it's cool and dry. I do either one, and it keeps for about 6 months really well. Now I'm going to leave that, and I'm going to add water. So I like to use alkaline water here, whatever you have. And we're going to add about 2 cups of water to this amount. And really that is up to you, how much ratio of almond to water, but that would work here. So if you've seen the pattern, we started with almonds, turn that into almond flour, then that we turn it into almond butter, and then we turn that into almond milk. That's a great recipe. So it's 3 in 1. Now we're adding water. And again, you can add more later, start with less if you want to. So there's going to be no straining, no, not milk bags, but you can also, if you wanted to strain it, that's up to you. And we're just going to process this a lot so that the water swishes all the almond butter, and then we have almond milk. You can strain it through a nut milk bag, or you can just drink as is. It will have some residues, and that's fine, and it will froth, and it will make the best cappuccino. And if you let it sit overnight, it will be nice and creamy. So it will stay in the fridge for around 6 days, more or less. So if you want to sweeten this up, you can add some dates. I like the date lady, and these dates are really nice and soft and caramelly if you want to sweeten that up. And you can also make this a combination of almond and cashew. That makes a great almond milk, almond cashew milk. So we're going to pour that into here. So we have our nice almond milk over here. And you can use this for baking, for making cappuccinos, for drinking with cereal, whatever you want to do. And just pour it into here. And you'll observe that there's a little bit of specks of almonds. That's fine. The residue will fall down to the bottom of the glass jar. That's fine. Or you can strain it through it. I'll show you through a nut milk bag. So here's our other option over here. You can get this on my website, shop.vanessamusi.com/store. And we can strain this over here. That is totally up to you guys. I mean, I don't really mind the... You're not going to have a lot of almond pulp over here. That's what I like about this process. There's less residue, there's less waste. Sometimes we don't know what to do with our almond pulp. So thank you guys. I'll see you at vanessamusi.com, at Chef Vanessa Musi on Instagram, and thanks for watching. Click subscribe if you like this video and hit share, and make your almond milk, almond butter, and almond flour, and I'll see you in the next video.